there! My friend Martin on YouTube, also known as Princeworth, made a video about banned book week, what apparently it is today. And I thought that was kind of a really interesting subject, so I kind of wanted to make a video about it too. If I'm honest, I only had 2 experiences in my life with book banning because I don't think it's really that common here in the Netherlands. The first one was when I was to check out all the secondary schools that we had in our town. And there was this one that was actually really Christian. And my dad discovered that in the library, the school library, they didn't have any books of Jan Wolkers, which is a Dutch author, probably most famous for his book Turkish Delight. But to be honest, after reading Turkish Delight, I kind of get why they would think that that's not really a book appropriate for kids, because it's just sort of gross. That's also the Netherlands, right? The second one was something that I was actually a lot more involved with, because it was about Harry Potter, and as you might know, that is a book series I am completely obsessed about and I absolutely love. So when I met people in my town that were really preaching against it, that was sort of a discussion I was willing to, to have with them. In my primary school, we had to do this book report, so you had to give like a speech, like a talk about a book. And after someone did it about one of the Harry Potter books, the parents of another girl in my class complained that this was not the kind of book that they wanted their kid to be in touch with. So we were not allowed to do our book reports on Harry Potter anymore. I'm still pretty sure that there's nothing in it that is evil, and it's just really actually promoting Christian values. That's also the book that I want to read an excerpt from. Do you pronounce it as excerpt? Because it's an odd word. It's from the only Harry Potter book that I currently have here that's in English, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is the part where, Dumbledore explains things to Harry about the prophecy. "I know," said Harry impatiently. "I can love." It was only with difficulty that he stopped himself, adding, "Big deal." "Yes, Harry, you can love," said Dumbledore, who looked as though he knew perfectly well what Harry had just refrained from saying, which, given everything that has happened to you, is a great and remarkable thing. You are still too young to understand how unusual you are, Harry. So when the prophecy says that I'll have power the Dark Lord knows not, it just means love?" asked Harry, feeling a little let down. "Yes, just love," said Dumbledore. "But Harry, never forget what the prophecy says is only significant because Voldemort made it so. I told you this at the end of last year. If Voldemort had never murdered your father, would he have imparted you in the furious desire for revenge? Of course not. If he had not forced your mother to die for you, would he have given you a magical protection he could not penetrate? Of course not, Harry. Don't you see? Voldemort himself created his worst enemy, just as tyrants everywhere do. Have you any idea how much tyrants fear the people they oppress? All of them realize that one day, amongst their many victims, there is sure to be one who rises against them and strikes back. Voldemort is no different. Always he was on the lookout for the one who would challenge him. He heard the prophecy and he leapt into action, with the result that he not only handpicked the man most likely to finish him, he handed him uniquely deadly weapons. And it is essential that you understand this, said Dumbledore. Standing up and striding about the room, his glittering robes swooshing in his wake, Harry had never seen him so agitated. By attempting to kill you, Voldemort himself singled out the remarkable person who sits here in front of me, and gave him the tools for the job. It is Voldemort's fault that you were able to see into his thoughts, his ambitions, that you even understood the snake-like language in which he gives orders, and yet, Harry, despite your privileged insight into Voldemort's world, which, incidentally, is a gift any Death Eater would kill to have, you have never been seduced by the dark arts, never for even a second shown the slightest desire to become one of Voldemort's followers. Of course I haven't, said Harry indignantly. He killed my mum and dad. You are protected, in short, by your ability to love, said Dumbledore. The only protection that can possibly work against the lure of a power like Voldemort's.